guys, it's Julie and we're at Sheets and I've got Penny with me. We're just practicing heeling around the parking lot for a minute. There's lots going on. People, trucks, lots of noises. She's a puppy who doesn't have a ton of experience out in the world, so this exposure is really good for her. After we're done heeling around the parking lot, we're gonna end it with a downstay at the main entrance, and this is really hard because there's tons of people going in and out, and she has a weakness for people. She loves people, so we just want to make sure she knows that when she's in command, she doesn't get to run up on people. I don't want her thinking every person in the world is there for her, because it's going to make taking her out into the world very difficult, because she's going to think she can break command to run up to people. So here's some people right here, and I've got her in a nice heel. So through the experiences we've created, she knows to prioritize me over everyone else that she sees.
As hot as it was a couple days ago.
Good girl, Pen. Down. Good girl. Her heel feels real good.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah, that's a good girl, honey. Go to Jojo. Baby girl. Very nice girls.
Yeah, I got to fight my ex for my dog.
Oh.
So I got the one, I got to get my other one back.
Yeah? She's struggling.
Yeah, well, she
For
normally...
whatever reason, what would she be doing?
Barking, lunging, snarling, growling.
At people?
Yes.
All people? Or
All strangers.
all strangers?
Yes.
See, what it is, what we're seeing is a face of a dog who is struggling with old associations and the behaviors tied to that versus new expectations and the behaviors tied to that, which is coming from us. So we're operating with a little bit of a pressure for her to behave a certain way when she used to explode at everybody, anybody, any person walking by on the walk, she would bark at and growl at. I didn't tell her not to do that. She didn't do it. She just assumes that I don't want her to do it, so she's keeping herself from doing it. She's a good girl. If she did do it, we'd correct her. And she'd be right about that. We don't want her doing that. But it's interesting to see that I never actually talked to her about it, and I had to be reminded by Julie that the reason why she's shaking is because she actually barks at people. So I wasn't sure what the motivation was. Was it because she wanted to go up on the people? What's going on? No, she's used to seeing people and reacting like that, barking and growling. She's not doing that. She's letting them walk by, but you see a little shape, like a little struggle, I suppose. She's starting to get better. As she started to kind of calibrate between the old and the new, like what she used to do versus what she should be doing now with this set of people. And so you see her kind of bouncing out. And now she's pretty much in the good girl spot, where she's like, okay, she's right where we would want her to be, which is just chill and just kind of sniffing. That's the state of mind that I want her to associate people with in situations like this with. It starts through her understanding that's what we want, and we disagree with anything else. But see, the reason why we're not seeing it is because we disagree with all the small things. So if she were to kind of hear that couple coming right there and start to kind of get really tuned in with her ears up and her really into it, I'd correct her, because I would say, this isn't your spot it's not your job to determine who is friend and who is foe, right? It's the person's job to determine who's friend or foe. I don't want to catch you trying to do that job. That's the conversation. Don't do that. Who are you to say whether or not they can come or go? I say if they can come or go. Okay? So that's kind of the vibe we give them, and then they don't do it. You know what? We did have a conversation a couple weeks ago on place in the garage, actually, with an Amazon guy pulled up to the garage door was open, and she did this, like this, and that's the part that you correct usually, but I let that go, And then then he came around the corner, she let a little growl out. I disagreed with that. And then she just relaxed with nothing. Put her head down, no problems. And I talked to that guy 15 minutes about music. So that was the one time that I did tell her no, and I did correct for her making it vocal when I told her not to. And then, so that was weeks ago though. It's just how it's not that situation, it's because she's with me and those were my rules, right? So now look, we got sniffing. This is better, that's social. That's social behavior. She's gonna get a scent. That's very social, it's very polite, it's very good. Not growling, not tension, not trying to, you know, keep everybody away and do all that stuff. Go.
Good girl.
It's very nice, and you know, Penny's just killing it. I mean, Penny has a role model in Joey, so if Joey's doing good, if Jojo's doing good, Penny will be doing good. You know what I mean?
No.
And make sure you do your silence. Did you get everything? Okay, that's
Now,
cool.
do you think if Penny could learn the behaviors of lunging, barking
Could she learn it?
from Jojo?
Yeah, oh yeah. Learn it from Jojo? Absolutely, yeah. But what I'm seeing though is there's enough respect in this relationship where Jojo wouldn't probably want Penny to do that, but what I see is Jojo does that. That's Jojo's role. Penny has her own role. And when I say Jojo, don't do that role, literally for the first time I walked to them, I said, Jojo, don't do that. Don't react to stuff. Don't be in that position as far as that role in the pack. 30 seconds goes by of her kind of submitting and following me, and then I see the puppy go out and try to do what Jojo was doing, the missing piece in the pack, the person who's going out and scouting and doing all this stuff. And I said no, but the only reason she did it is because Jojo stopped, right? It's like somebody needs to do it, you know? So I say no to both of them, and I say, I'm doing it right now. I'm leading us and looking and deciphering what's harmful and what's not. I'm doing it, so you just chill. Right? It's against the rules for you to do it. We'll go as far to say, no, don't do that. Now, if they do something appropriate, it's 3 a.m., we're sitting there watching some late night television and some creeper's on our porch and I hear a little growl, and that's good, Jojo. That's good. So she understands what situations are appropriate and which ones are. And that comes to experience of the human saying, that was right or that was wrong. But you got to be consistent. And it's got to matter to you. Otherwise, you don't care. If you don't care, you don't care. You got a dog who just gives you not their best version. Very proud of my ladies. I'm going to walk away a little bit because that makes it harder for them because they're leaning on me. Girl, this is looking nice. Very good. I'm very proud. This is looking very good. Everybody's doing well. Okay, good girls, very nice. But you gotta get them under your thumb. They gotta understand where they exist in your little pack, which is your family. Otherwise, they're just gonna run the show. What's gonna happen is she's the dominant one in the relationship. Jojo is. She's okay with that. Penny's okay with that. There you go. So what happened there is, yeah, Penny felt that correction silently, and she knew that meant because she stood up, so she laid down. See? That's the beauty of it. We don't have to be over here making a scene. We don't have to be talking to our dogs a whole lot once they're trained. They know. If you're in a down, you feel stim when you stand up, it means go back down. It's not complicated. Now I'm seeing Jojo feel more comfortable, so we see, oh, so she just looked at me, so she's, oh, that's what I am. She started to go into her old, she's checking things out, and then she glanced up at me, and you notice the ears went down real quick. It's like, saying he doesn't want me to do that, and that's the beginning. I start to care too much about what's out there, and then I start to react and interact with it. Not in a polite way either. She's basically saying fuck off to everybody, right? And that's not something you want to bring out in public.